Imagine you're an architect tasked with building a massive, heavy skyscraper. But there is a catch. Your site sits on soft, spongy dirt right next door to a fragile 100-year-old brick building. If you just drop that new tower onto the site, the sheer weight of it will send it sinking into the ground, taking the historic building down with it. Usually, builders spread the weight of a structure out near the surface using standard concrete footings or large concrete mats. For the national licensing tests, like the architect registration examination, you'll have to decide between two main ways to build this deep support system: piles or caissons. The decision comes down to the site's surroundings. The way these foundations are installed can be as critical as the amount of weight they support. Pick the wrong method in a tight, dense city block, and your construction site could physically shatter your neighbor's property. The context around your building is just as important as the math holding it up. Let's look at the first option: piles. A pile is basically a giant pre-made stick. They are usually built in a factory out of heavy steel beams, solid concrete, or even large tree trunks, and then trucked to the site. To get that massive stick into the earth, construction crews use a pile driver. It's exactly what it sounds like: a gigantic, towering machine that repeatedly drops a massive metal hammer on top of the pile, forcefully pounding it deep into the dirt. This animated diagram shows how piles actually hold up a building. The first way is called end bearing. The heavy building sits on top, the weight travels straight down the pile, and stops exactly where the flat tip of the pile rests against solid bedrock. The rock is carrying the load. But sometimes bedrock is too deep to reach. In that case, we rely on skin friction. The sheer surface area of the pile physically grips the deep dirt packed tightly around its sides. That friction alone provides enough resistance to hold the building up. Because piles are manufactured off-site, it is very easy to ensure they are high quality. They are generally affordable, and the moment they are hammered into the ground, they are ready to support weight. But think about our site next to that fragile historic building. Hammering huge metal beams into the earth creates deafening noise and massive shockwaves. Plus, once the pile is buried, the engineers can't see the bottom to verify what it's sitting on. Those violent, earthquake-like vibrations make driven piles a disastrous choice when you are building close to older, sensitive structures. That brings us to our second option: caissons, also known as drilled shafts. Instead of hammering a pre-made post into the ground, you dig a massive hole first and build the support column inside it. Crews bring in a drill to carve out a hole that can be anywhere from 3 to 10 feet wide. To keep the dirt walls from caving in, they might slide a hollow steel tube down the hole. Then they lower in a cage of steel reinforcement bars and fill the entire thing with wet concrete. Looking at this animated diagram, you can see a special technique used with caissons. The bottom of the shaft drastically flares out into a wide bell shape. Spreading the base out like a cone allows the concrete to distribute the building's weight over a much larger area of dirt or rock. Because these concrete shafts are thick, a single caisson can handle a huge amount of weight, often much more than a single pile. That makes them perfect for supporting tall high-rises or heavy bridge supports. Most importantly, for our urban site, drilling a hole is a smooth, grinding process. It removes the dirt quietly and creates almost zero vibration, keeping that fragile brick building next door perfectly safe. Another huge benefit is visibility. Before anyone pours the concrete, an inspector can actually look down into the open hole or even lower a camera to confirm that the rock at the bottom is solid enough to hold the building. However, this method has its own risks. Digging deep holes is slow and expensive. If the drill hits underground water, the hole can flood, or the soft dirt walls could suddenly collapse inwards before the concrete is poured. For heavy loads in tight city spaces, caissons solve the noise and vibration problem beautifully. You trade the risk of shaking your neighbor's walls for the engineering challenge of managing a deep, wet, open hole on your own site. Sometimes a site is so narrow or the structural forces are so unusual that standard piles or giant caissons won't work. In those cases, engineers pull from a menu of specialty systems. First are micropiles or pin piles. These are very narrow, high-strength steel shafts, often less than a foot wide. Because the equipment to install them is small, They are perfect for squeezing into tight basements to rescue and reinforce an older building's failing foundation. Next are helical piles, which look like giant steel screws. Instead of being hammered or placed in a drilled hole, they are twisted into the dirt. Those screw blades act like anchors, which is extremely helpful if you have a lightweight structure that strong winds might try to pull upward out of the ground. Finally, this animated diagram shows a slurry wall. When digging a massive basement, crews dig a narrow trench and immediately fill it with a thick, soupy clay mixture called slurry. The heavy liquid physically holds the dirt walls open. Then, a crew fills the trench with concrete, pushing the liquid out and leaving behind a permanent, waterproof, deep foundation wall. When you see these options on a test or in the field, remember that every soil constraint or space limitation has a specific structural workaround designed just for it. To tie this all together for the architect registration examination, the national licensing test known as the ARE, let's look at this comparison chart. This matrix covers the core differences between our two main heavyweights, piles and caissons. First, installation.
Piles are manufactured completely off-site and then driven into the dirt. Caissons are the reverse. You drill a hole and pour the concrete to cast them in place. Second, the urban impact. Hammering piles creates loud, destructive vibrations and noise. Drilling caissons is a quiet, low-impact process. Third, quality control. Piles go into the ground blind, making the bearing surface impossible to see. Caissons leave an open hole, so you can clearly inspect the earth at the bottom before pouring. Successfully designing a deep foundation means looking past the sheer math. You have to balance the heavy structural loads of your new building with the delicate, real-world conditions of the site it sits on.